A controversial aspect of the law of assumption is changing other people or using manifesting techniques to literally change who someone else is and how they show up with you. But I have personally seen how this works in my own life, and so I want to share with you in this video exactly what to do to change someone so the best version of them shows up with you. Hi everyone, I'm Shelly Bullard. I'm so happy to be here with you. And like I said, we're diving into this video that is all about changing other people in your 3D reality. This is one of the things that people wonder, is that really true? Is that really possible? Also, people think, is that manipulative? Like, what's going on with that process that people think they can change others in their 3D reality? Well, like I said, I have done this in my own life. I do it actually often, we might even say. It's a practice of mine in my current relationship. Why do I do it often in my current relationship? Because I want to experience the best version of my husband. I want to be in a relationship with someone who I love being in relationship with. And in particular, when you're in a long-term relationship, you do have to do a little work. This is just my opinion, to make sure that you are keeping the relationship alive, keeping it juicy, keeping it fun. So how do you change someone so that the best version of them shows up? This is my experience, and this is what I know to be true. The answer might not be something that you want to hear, but again, it is my experience. How do you do it? You do it by changing yourself and the way that you see that person. So let me dive into what that means. First of all, we all know that what we are focusing on in the 3D reality is what we see the most often. That means that the stories you are telling yourself about what's going on out there is what you're going to see over and over and over again. And we have particular dominant stories that we tell about the people in our lives. Just think about it. Think about the people who you are closest to and the stories that you tell yourself about them. It could be positive stories or it could be negative stories. Think about your parents. What types of stories do you tell about your parents? Or maybe your best friend. What do you tell yourself about who your best friend is and what they're like? And think about partners. If you're in a relationship now, or maybe you've been in a relationship before, what become the dominant stories that you tell yourself about that person? Now, when you think about what those dominant stories are, how connected are those stories to what you see? They're probably very connected, meaning the stories you tell yourself are often what you see in another person. So if you're telling yourself a story that is negative about another person, guess what you're going to mostly see that person as? That negative story that you are telling yourself. This is just how it works. So the way to start to change people in your 3D reality is you have to change yourself. And how do you have to change yourself in particular? You have to change the story you are telling about them. You have to change the parts of them that you see. You have to start seeing them in a new way, and it's a way that is favorable to you and to them, that is seeing the best version of themselves, that is really focusing on what you most love. I'll give you an example from my own life. Like I said, I do this with my husband. And because the thing is, if I'm going to tell negative stories about who my husband is all day long, guess what I'm going to see? I'm going to see him through that negative lens. So my husband happens to be an incredible man. I love him. And even so, we are in a relationship. So there are things about me that I'm sure annoy him, and there's things about him that annoy me. So again, if I'm focusing on the things that annoy me, that's what I'm going to see. My work being in this relationship and being a manifester is to focus on what I love. The things about him that I feel are incredible, the ways he's an incredible father, the ways that he really shows up for us. If that is what I'm telling myself more often than the little annoyances, if my dominant story about him is what an incredible man he is, guess how I'm going to see him? I'm going to see him as an incredible man. So here is the trick in here, and I know people are going to wonder this. Well, what do I do if someone's showing up in my 3D reality and kind of everything they're doing I don't like? Okay, well, first you need to evaluate, can I see some good in this person? Can I see where this person really tries? Can I see where this person really shows up? Is there any glimmer of like how this person shows up that I really love? If there's not, I would really be wondering, okay, why are you wanting to be in relationship with them, number one? And number two, what types of self-love things do you need to do? Like pull back and focus on yourself before you start focusing on changing them. Because if you're in a relationship that just, it's all bad, I really would turn the focus on yourself for a little while, see how that shifts things, and then hopefully you can start to find good things about the other person that you can focus on. That would be my suggestion there. But you really want to find the parts of another person, and maybe it's just memories of how they used to be or how they first were when you like first got together. Find those memories of who that person was when you really, really loved them, when it was really working, when there's a lot of harmony in your relationship, and start focusing on remembering that, thinking of them like that, recalling that that is who they are. And when you are interacting with them, try to see the best in them. Try to give them the benefit of the doubt. If that feels really true for you, really try to unconditionally love them if possible or when possible. When you are able to do this, you are going to bring out the absolute best version of them, I promise. If you want to learn how to manifest love and learn what people who have had many success stories in my community manifesting love, I'd watch this video. This is something that everyone always does. So check it out and I'll see you soon. Bye.